Mahalo everybody, Big Daddy here, Big Dick Ballistics coming at you today with the Hi-Point JXP 10. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Big Dick Battalion. My name is Big Daddy. I'm a full-time police firearms instructor in the biggest police department in the nation. Go ahead, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you know when we have the new hotness dropping. If you're a salty city cop, there's free videos on my YouTube to learn how to shoot better, learn how to reload quicker, etc. So check them out, share them with your friends if you like my content. Also check out BigDickBallistics.com. There's plenty of merch on there that say the job's dead, because we all know the job is very dead. So getting into it, I am a fan of any firearm, anyone that at least gets one round off. Hi-Point, I purchased a C9 probably just about 2 years ago now, and I fell in love with it. Little crude, but I shot a qual with it, shot 100 with it, and they work. Again, it's not about the caliber, it's not about the make model, it's not about how much you paid, it's about how much you train with it. And if all you could afford is a Hi-Point, then get good behind the gun. It's not about who's in front of the gun, it's about who's behind the gun. So if there's any of these yoga pants, you know, good looking female CrossFit instructors online that tell you this is the minimum viable caliber for concealed carry, or it's all about comfort. No, it's about what you could afford, and it's all about what you could afford to train with. So fuck them. So guys, this is the JXP 10. 10 millimeter is my favorite caliber as far as man stopping, hunting, and just power, really. So this will be my fourth one. I have a Glock 20 Gen 3. Okay, I have a Glock 40 MOS Gen 4, and I have a Ruger GP100 Match Champion. That's a revolver. And again, these things have so much power behind them. They're equivalent to a 41 Magnum, which is kind of not really used that much anymore. It's not very common when you go to gun shops to find that caliber floating around. But again, it's just a beefier 10 mil, and you're getting into the 200 plus grain category, and these rounds are coming out screaming. So let's unbox this thing and we'll check it out. So standard Hi-Point cardboard box, you know, made in America, gives you cancer, like I said in my last Hi-Point video. No, I'm just kidding, but that's what's on there. So what do you get? Manuals, paperwork, your receipt for your FFL. You get a trigger lock, a takedown tool, and the funny thing is they include a PEEP rear sight that's swappable with your, you know, regular notch rear sight. Again, if you want to put that ghost ring on there, you find that on most Wilson combat shotguns, go ahead. But this is how it comes, no frills, just one mag, so let's check it out. So before we do anything, we're professionals here at Big Dick Ballistics. Safe, clear, and empty, right? So we got to rip the source out and lock the slide to the rear. The funny thing is there's a lever on the side which allows you to lock the slide to the rear. Very crude, kind of. Travels up and down, okay, on a hinge-like mechanism, okay? But, now, again, visual and physical inspection, it's safe, clear, and empty, right? I can let this slide go forward, but if I want, I can lock this slide to the rear, and you can see that it indexes in the same spot. So it's very strange how that mechanism doesn't press this bar up, and it doesn't index on there. Very interesting, but it works. So let's talk about this thing. 10 round capacity, okay? Single stack mag. I hope down the road that Hi-Point kind of like changes their stuff up and makes anything more than 10 rounds. Now maybe they do that for compliance because, you know, certain states have carry restrictions and whatnot, but for now, 10 round magazine. And yes, this magazine does fit in their 10 millimeter carbine, which I would like to get my hands on one day because that would be awesome for deer hunting. All right, that was good. Do another one. 5.2 inch barrel, very long. All right, this is a blowback design. The barrel doesn't have that grounding delayed block system in there. Okay, so whatever mass is going out, this thing just blows straight back and forth. All right, it's threaded for 578/28. Okay, so that 45 ACP big boy thread comes with a nice thread protector on there, and it butts up really nice. Okay, So you can see that right there. It's got 1913 on the bottom. It's got pick. It's got a lot of pick, actually. All right, just like Sig Sauer's 320 frames. If you get the bigger frames or whatever, they have lots of pieces of pick on there. So you could put an X300, okay? You could put a TLR1HL, an Olight, a nightstick, whatever you want. You get some NC Star cheap Amazon stuff, put it on here as well. Let's check out the sights. Again, this is safe, clear, and empty, right? So the sights, standard, all right? They're non-night sights, okay? Just plastic, but again, visual catches the eye. I saw a review online, okay, that the first round or second round of this thing that the guy shot, the rear sight popped off. I didn't have any trouble with this. I recorded the first shots. We shot this thing unsuppressed, suppressed, with two different types of ammo, both a standard, range ammo, hunting ammo, and we shot some subs, which I didn't even know existed for 10mm, but they're pretty fucking awesome. This thing weighs 49 ounces unloaded. That's 3 pounds. I put an Instagram post up when I first got it back in the midsummer of this next to a Mark 23. You go on my Instagram, check it out. big_dick_ballistics. And this thing is a fucking tank. And I recently, when I shot this thing, I put it next to an MP5 with a slim grip and a collapsed stock, an older one, probably from the late 80s. And with the can on this thing, it was just as big as an MP5. I shit you not. But I shot this thing at 40 yards, whacking steel plates, and it hit hard on those steel plates. I was very impressed. But at 3 pounds, you would think this would have a nasty recoil impulse. And even though it sounds like a blacksmith hitting an anvil, it was soft as fuck. The trigger pull, oh wait. The trigger pull, now we know this thing won't cook off unless it has the magazine in it, like some of those older Smith & Wessons, okay? But it's pleasing. It's about, like, the way I feel, probably 6.5 to 7.5 pounds compared to the standard 12 that the C9 comes with. And if anybody would like to debate me on that, you're more than welcome to. But again, this was a pleasure to shoot, both supported and unsupported. The issue I have, okay, holsters. Not many people are making holsters for these. So you'd have to check out somebody that does custom holsters. Freedom Holsters will probably do them, okay? Three River Kydex, you can check them out. I follow them, and I think they'll even give you 10% off with my code if I have one. I know I have one for 3 River blades. But this gun is a beefy animal. So first up was Remington UMC, 10mm, 180 grain, and these are just, basic truncated round nose, whatever you want to call them. And they came out screaming. They were really good. This stuff's a little older, but it was clean when I shot it. I put the whole box through it. It wasn't a waste. I was having a lot of fun, believe it or not. And this thing, when it shoots, it's thunderous. I mean, it really was. I shot it outside, and again, every time I hit the steel, whack, whack, the thing would rock back and forth. After that, we tried some double tap. I didn't shoot as much of this stuff as I did the UMC because this stuff is very expensive. These are 200 grain hard cast lead. Let me tell you, these are screaming. They're coming out at 1,300 feet per second. Now, I don't know if there's any difference between Glocks and Hi-Points with their rifling, but I know through Glocks you're really not supposed to shoot cast lead. I don't know if that applies to hard cast, but if you know of whatever, with the rifling and the hard cast, leave it in the comments section below. That would be interesting. But double tap, they make a lot of nice stuff. Again, these boxes from being moved over the years look like shit, but this stuff is nasty. So again, out of a 5-inch barrel, 1,300 feet per second, we're shooting it out of a 5.2-inch barrel. Boarded. All right, that worked there. All right, guys, so we're going to put this Osprey 45 ACP can on. All right, first shots with this as well. So I loaded up with this 10, all right? This is the same magazine that their carbine accepts. I would like to get it because A lot of people rave about it for hunting and stuff like that. Let's see if this works. Hopefully the little bit of a boost in velocity with this old shit ammo will get it kick. If I could get a little more. See if I can get you a better shot of this thing. All right, now it's going. Maybe need to heat up on it. These sights are pretty good on here. High vis, they're just plastic, but I'm actually connected with steel at about 40, 50 yards. There we go. And let's see, should be on the second to last round. All right, there we go. Can's not that bad. That was almost like 300 black quiet. I could really take these off if I wanted to, which I probably will next. I got some subs for it. So let's try the Subsonics out. And this is awesome right here. Winchester. Now this is some older shit. 180 grain jacketed hollow points, but they're subs. This stuff was hearing safe. I took off my ear pro. First I took off the side without the port on it, so my left hand side, and I was like, oh my God, this sounds like a 300 blackout. Now on this thing, I don't have it in front of me right now, but I put my 45 ACP Osprey can on here, and everything cycled fine. Everything extracted, ejected, and then rechambered properly with it. I was very surprised. And again, hearing safe, okay? That's a 45 ACP can. Again, it's a 0.5. Again, it's 0.578 by 28, that thread pitch, okay? And these rounds came out nice and quiet. They were very good. I was very happy with them. Yeah, it's a little fucking big, and it weighs a lot. I don't know how much each round of 10 millimeter weighs compared to 9 millimeter and 223, because again, that's what we use the most at work and stuff like that. But again, if you want a good gun that's going to stop a bear or put down a bigger buck, this is the way to do it, my friends. If all you could afford is 175 to 220 bucks, whatever these range in, I have no problem with this thing. I really don't. Again, training, right? Now this thing is a little more expensive to feed, so I can understand your hesitation to buy it. But if they come out with a 9 millimeter, and I'm not talking about the Yeet cannon or the YC9 or whatever, this would be amazing, especially if they made a high capacity mag for it. Again, it's how many rounds you're putting down range. Now they sell accessories for it. I know they sell one with a piece of pick on top that's optional. I think it's an extra 20 bucks if you want to buy it to add an optic. I would fucking do it. Okay, I really would. If I was on a budget and I wanted to get in the 10 mil game, this is what I would do. They sell it with a Crimson Trace optic as well. Again, lights, this is where you really lose with the holster game, okay? Compared to my C9, what else is different? The checkering on the grip, again, it's got the Hi-Point logo put into it. I upgraded my C9, I put money grips on there, the old Benjamin Franklin's, okay? But guys, what you put into it is what you get out of it at the end of the day. If you train with this thing, if you sit down, if you bench it, all right, if you put it in a vise, as far as dialing it in for hunting is concerned, then yeah, when it comes time to put down that buck, you're going to, right? But if you go out in the woods with this and don't know how it's printing at XYZ number of yards, you're going to have an issue. I could easily shoot this thing accurately on a pie plate at 50 yards. I really could. You put that time, energy, and effort into it, yeah, great, outstanding hunting pistol. For carry, I mean, this thing's the size of a Mark 23. But if it's all you got and you could conceal it well, you know, if you're skinny as a toothpick turned sideways and you could jam this into your lower region, your appendix, or even at the 3 and the 9, hey, but you're going to need a firefighter belt to hold this thing up. Or you're going to need, you know, a 2-inch duty belt to hold this thing up. But for having a real cannon in 10 millimeter for $200 and change, why the fuck not? So guys, again, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to me. Thanks for supporting me. BigDickBallistics.com. Shirts, mugs, pint glasses, hoodies, whatever you need. Gets the message out that the job's dead. All right. Also brings that big dick energy to the table for my salty cops. Okay. Every dollar you spend on there, I put right back into the channel. Give you nice, entertaining, and educational videos. So guys, thanks for watching. Support the Second Amendment. All right. Educate yourselves, your family, vote the right way, and stay safe.